come into the NFL with different levels of maturity. These are young guys, and not all of them speak the same way. And some of them, I think, just have different personalities too. I don't think Shedeur meant any harm. Shedeur is a dynamic player. He's got a lot of personality. He has done a lot of things right here.
The loss wasn't even official yet, and Vikings Twitter was already melting down. Before the scoreboard could finish updating, the timeline was on fire. Suddenly, nobody's talking about missed tackles or busted coverages. Nope, they're talking about Shedeur, the quarterback of destiny. The man who's supposed to arrive cape fluttering to rescue Minnesota from eternal mediocrity. And Mary Kay? She's leading that parade like it's the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, poor Dylan Gabriel's just sitting there, helmet half on, wondering how he became the villain in someone else's movie. A week ago, he was promising, developing, full of potential. Now he's replaceable, expendable. Might as well start packing just in case. Fans have short memories, but Mary Kay's rant gave everyone a highlight reel to remember. You could feel it, that collective shift. The post-game interviews weren't even about the game anymore. They were about what comes next, who's next, and why it might just rhyme with Shedeur. The funny thing? The Vikings didn't even play that bad. But logic and football fandom don't mix. You lose one game, and suddenly everyone's scouting replacements like they're auditioning for a reality show called Quarterback Swap NFL Edition. And leading the charge is Mary Kay, clipboard out, energy set to unhinged visionary. But here's where it gets hilarious. As she tears into Dylan, she's not just critiquing throws, she's diagnosing vibes, talking about leadership presence, sideline energy, command of the offense. Which, let's be honest, are just fancy ways of saying he didn't look cool enough while losing. And that's when the comparison train hits full speed. What about Shedeur Sanders? She says, or rather implies, because no one's brave enough to interrupt.
And it doesn't go well. And I'm not going to say that it's going to go that way for Dylan, even though I have my reservations. But isn't that a lot to put on a third-round pick that's a rookie, hoping that you maybe found your franchise quarterback on a guy that a lot of people were scratching their heads that you made that pick to begin with?
It depends on the player. It all depends on the player. And I do think there is something to be said for a player who has started so many.
Shedeur, who's been lighting up college football like a fireworks finale. Shedeur, whose social media posts get more engagement than half the league's stat lines. Suddenly, it's not about footwork or reads. It's about aura. And apparently Dylan's is somewhere between IT intern on break and guy who forgot the Wi-Fi password. Meanwhile, the fan base splits down the middle. Half of them are ready to print Shedeur's name on jerseys and start the welcome parade. The other half are begging for patience, saying Dylan needs time, that the system's the problem. But patience is a lost art in the NFL. It was close, painfully close, which makes it worse. It's like losing a spelling bee on the final word and realizing the judge has your therapist on speed dial. The Vikings had chances. The defense made stops. The offense had rhythm, until it didn't. And in that moment, every dropped ball and mistimed throw turned into Exhibit A in the case for why Shedeur should save us. So there she is, Mary Kay Kit, turning the post-game breakdown into a TED Talk. And here's the thing, she's not wrong about Shedeur's talent. The guy's electric, composed, athletic, confident, everything you want in a modern quarterback. But this is the NFL, not a fan fiction crossover event. You can't just swap quarterbacks like you're changing Wi-Fi networks. Still, logic doesn't trend, hot takes do, and Mary Kay's take? Sizzling. Soon enough, the conversation snowballs. Pundits pick it up. Panels debate it. Someone on national TV says, Shedeur to Minnesota, with a straight face. And suddenly, it's all anyone's talking about. Never mind that it all started with a rant over a third down incompletion. It's football gossip gold, spreading like wildfire. Dylan Gabriel handles it with grace, says all the right things. But you can tell it stings. He went from rookie with potential to placeholder for Shedeur Sanders in about 6 seconds. every question becomes a minefield. How do you feel about the comparisons? Translation: how do you feel about being replaced before you've even unpacked? And through it all, Mary Kay's energy doesn't fade.
And the Browns win the Super Bowl. Browns win the Super Bowl. Brown wins the Super Bowl. But in reality, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to break down this game with receipts, everything. No hate, nothing at all. We're going to be very fair. Salute to Shedeur Sanders. We've been proven correct again and again. At this point, I'm not a prophet anymore. I'm just a guy that can see past the ineptitude.
If anything, it intensifies. She's dissecting game film, body language, maybe even the pre-game playlist. You half expect her to start analyzing handshakes just to prove a point. It's like watching someone become a meme in real time. Every highlight clip becomes evidence. Every sideline smile becomes leadership material. By Wednesday, there's already a fan mock-up of Shedeur in purple and gold, because nothing says hope like Photoshop. Analysts are torn. Some love it, calling it visionary. Others roll their eyes so hard you can hear it. Another college phenom people think can fix a franchise overnight. The NFL's seen this movie before, and it usually ends with a rookie running for his life behind a broken offensive line. But that's rebound energy in full swing. You lose, you panic. By Thursday, fans are writing 5-paragraph essays in the comments about how Shedeur fits the Vikings scheme. Friday morning, someone drops a TikTok comparing Dylan's passer rating to Shedeur's college stats, completely ignoring they're in two different universes. Saturday, talk radio's on fire. Sunday, Dylan's trending again, but only because someone edited him into a before and after meme. And the cycle repeats. Outrage, fantasy, debate, denial, rinse, repeat. The NFL might as well trademark it. All the while, Dylan's trying to learn a new playbook while half the country photoshops him into trade rumors. Mary Kay, of course, doubles down. She's got that I told you so energy loaded before anyone even disagrees. The loss hurt, sure. But the idea of Shedeur? That's her rebound. Her gospel. And honestly, that's what makes it hilarious. Others are calling for a coaching overhaul. But in the middle of it, Mary Kay's still passionately defending her quarterback crush like it's a mission from the football gods. By next week, it's not even about the Vikings anymore. It's about the myth of Shedeur Sanders. The guy hasn't even stepped on an NFL field yet, and people are treating him like a franchise savior, a cultural reset, and a redemption arc all rolled into one. It's the rebound effect in its purest form. When your team disappoints you, you don't process. You project. You don't heal. You hype. And Mary Kay Kit just gave that cycle its most entertaining chapter yet. Because deep down, everyone in Minnesota knows the truth. They'll cool off eventually. Dylan will get another chance. The noise will fade. And when it does, people will realize what this whole rant really was. Not an evaluation, not analysis, but a coping mechanism disguised as commentary. But until then, the internet's lit, the takes are flying, and Shedeur Sanders is living rent-free in the Vikings' imagination. Mary Kay might have gone off, but she just said out loud what half the fan base was already thinking. And in the NFL, where every week feels like a soap opera in shoulder pads, that might make her the realest of them all. Because in the end, it's not about Dylan. It's not about Shedeur. It's not even about the Vikings. It's about that eternal football truth. When the loss hits hard enough, reality doesn't stand a chance against the rebound fantasy. And that's exactly where the NFL lives, right in the middle of the chaos. Within an hour, fan pages are designing mock drafts. Talk shows are debating whether Shedeur should accept the challenge, like he's being knighted into quarterback royalty. Meanwhile, Dylan Gabriel can't even grab coffee without someone whispering about the writing on the wall. You can almost see him thinking, I lost one game, not my career. But that's not how it works anymore. In the rebound world of NFL fandom, one bad Sunday is enough to start a quarterback revolution. Mary Kay's rant didn't just criticize him, it baptized an entire fan base in chaos. And Shedeur? He's probably somewhere chilling, watching it all unfold, sipping water like a man who accidentally started a movement.
More funny though, the guy yelling at him to the right or the dude to the left that just can't contain himself, that just wants to interrupt. And look, y'all got mad at me for saying it yesterday. Even people in Cleveland are saying it. He did okay. He managed the game. He got them just enough. The minute that he took a chance at the end of the game, he threw a pick. Got a second chance, and then he went short. Every pass he threw wasn't even over 5.5 yards. That's safe. That's okay. That's taking no chances and relying on everybody else to do their job.
He doesn't need to say a word. His silence does the heavy lifting. Every highlight he posts becomes a message. Every grin, confirmation. One loss, one rant, and suddenly, the whole league's orbiting a story that started with frustration and spiraled into prophecy. Only in the NFL could heartbreak turn into headline gold overnight. By midweek, it's a full-blown spectacle. Sports shows are looping Shedeur's college highlights next to slow-motion clips of Dylan missing throws, like they're editing a breakup montage. You'd think the two were part of some romantic drama titled, "He Lost the Game, She Found the Future." Every time Shedeur throws a perfect spiral, the caption might as well read, "Meanwhile, in the timeline where Minnesota made the right choice." Mary Kay Kitt's rant is now football scripture. Clips of her frustration are stitched into TikToks with dramatic music and flashing headlines. Kat was right. The Vikings need Shedeur now. End the Dylan era. Sports talk radio is melting down. Dylan Gabriel, bless his soul, is still trying to be professional, saying all the right things, staying focused, working harder, blocking out the noise. But how do you block out an entire internet rooting for your replacement? The man could throw a 70-yard touchdown tomorrow and someone would still comment, "Shedeur would have made it look cleaner." He's not just fighting defenders anymore, he's fighting perception. Meanwhile, Mary Kay's doubled down so hard it's practically performance art. She's got stats, timelines, even a hypothetical Shedeur transition plan ready to go. It's not reporting anymore, it's prophecy. And fans are eating it up. Some treat her like she's leading a revolution. Others think she's lost it completely. But everyone's talking, and that's what matters. Because in the NFL, attention is oxygen.
You hear the analysts, they're gonna tell you Dylan Gabriel did a great job. He handled the team well, and those of us that watched the game, we're not gonna knock his back end, but we are gonna tell the truth. Dylan Gabriel did exactly what he was told to do. Now, whether or not you think that was good or not, that's left to see. What we can tell you is that
And right now, this saga's breathing just fine. Then, as if fate wants to tease everyone, Shedeur posts an Instagram story of him working out in Vikings-colored sneakers. No caption, no comment, just a clip. Dylan Gabriel could win 2 straight games and it wouldn't matter. Shedeur's sneakers just broke the internet. It's ridiculous, it's dramatic, it's perfectly NFL. And Mary Kay Kitt? She's sitting somewhere scrolling through the chaos, quietly vindicated. Because whether she meant to or not, she just turned one Vikings loss into the most entertaining quarterback debate of the season. And there's no coming back from that.